LeBron. It's yet to be seen. So there you go, Smoothie, who 3-0'd. So the last time Smoothie was on stream, when you disregard the fact that they got pretty much smoked by Starburst.
Well,
they played Cherry Limeade, right? They 3-0'd Cherry Limeade. That was with Lost in the roster. Is Lost going to come back in, or are they going to stick with Haya, who looked fantastic on that Stamper?
Yeah, especially anytime you 3-0 your opponent, kind of at this level too. You know, you don't want to. It's hard because like you need to adapt based on your opponents, like we said earlier. But really, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know.
Well, I say that knowing. If no idea if Lost is even still here.
True,
It's getting later into Sunday, and some of you idiots in chat have to go to work tomorrow. Not me.
I'm not me either.
I got some PTO built up for this one. So I don't know who all is still even here for the side of Smoothie, but we do know who's here for Cherry Limeade because they make their presence known not just with themselves, but with the massive amounts of Cherry Limeaders. Cherry Limeades. Cherry Limeides? Cherry Limeides. Yeah.
Okay.
Cherry Limeides that we have in the building today. Yeah. Hi, how's it going, buddy? We know those 4 players are going to be playing for sure.
Yeah. And like this is a match that we have seen already with these 2 teams, and it's due for a rematch, I think. You know, it didn't work out really in the way that Cherry Limeade was hoping for at that point.
Well, it worked out how Smoothie was hoping
for. Yeah, of course. You know, it worked out for them.
Smoothie had no issue with the result.
Yeah, no. But, okay, and we're also at the point now in the tournament where, you know, there's only like 4 teams who are left. We're in the losers, like, now semi, and building our way up.
We're in the top 4.
We're in the top 4,
in the top 4.
We are finally in the top 4. But this is the moment where you have to wait around a little bit, especially coming from the winner's bracket, where I don't want to say you get like stale or rusty or anything, because these players have all been in this situation before for any tournament.
Yeah, and there are some ways that you can kind of stay fresh. You know, you could huddle up in a corner and play tabletop. I think some of the stations are still set up. I saw Smoothie before this set. Yeah. They were kind of warming up against like a pickup scrim off stream a little bit there. So there's like some ways to kind of stay fresh somewhat. Now, the day is long. Traditional online tournament, maybe you're playing for like 4, 5-ish hours.
Yeah.
These players, while they haven't been playing this entire time, it has been going on, but they're young. They're full of life. They're full of energy. They're full of whatever kind of sugary substances they've been consuming last couple of weeks or weekend here that we've been having. They're going to be fine throughout the course of this.
And really, all of these players have been playing since 2 p.m. local time. You know, definitely finding that opportunity to get food is going to be helpful as well.
Yeah.
So
eat your salads,
Eat your salads. I had a salad yesterday. You had one today.
I did. Yeah. I got a little grab-and-go salad. It got the job done.
Yeah.
And I'm not playing anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. As we see Cherry Limeade getting set up. Hi, Lily. How's it going? I see you. Yeah, I know. Are we getting any stickers today? I saw the other casters getting them. We're getting some for sure.
I have Cherry Limeade stickers. Do you not have one?
I do. You know what? I don't think I have it near me. You know what, Cherry Limeade? No. I got something better than the sticker.
They're being hand delivered to us from one of the production members.
I got something. I got a little bit of swag from both teams. Okay. Actually, I got a Smoothie jersey this weekend. And I got a Cherry Limeade baby onesie from Cherry Limeade this weekend as well. As we got all kinds of Splatoon swag that is going to make no sense to anybody when I wear it at home.
I'm
wearing the hat too.
Okay, I was going to say you're not wearing the onesie.
And you know what? I'm not wearing. This is something you gave me today too.
Yes.
This little Hawaiian Bucky shirt that we're.
Oh, when in Texas, right? When in Texas.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, once again, we're getting set up for Smoothie versus Cherry Limeade.
My point being, since I have swags from both teams, I don't really have a bias who wins this one. No. I don't care. I get to commentate losers finals either way.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm moving on.
You're moving on, and this is going to be the loser semis that we're moving on to.
Shimmy finals.
Semifinals, and we will, it looks like, be starting off with Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge as soon as some of these players get situated.
Yes, and while they're getting situated, I believe right now we are going to transition over to our MC for the evening. Give it up for Stu, the announcer.
Hey, thank y'all very much. Give it up one time for Popgun and Falco. You know, the thing is, you've been hearing the hype all throughout the night, all throughout the afternoon, and you've been hearing it probably through the caster mics. That's how hype it gets at the Kalahari Resort and Event Center whenever we come through for Low Tide City. And you can experience it, too, this September 8th through 10th in Sandusky, Ohio, when we get there for Riptide. It's another Splatoon event, and we got a little bit of Smashy Bros going on, too. So go ahead and hit that up, start.gg/Riptide. If you want to experience this for yourself, because this is the place to be, am I right? You ain't got to take it from me. You just got to listen to them. And you know what? When authority speaks, sometimes you got to listen. And thus far, an authoritative run for the 4 seed in the tournament. You got to give it up one time for the people who just cleaned it up 3-0. Give it up for Smoothie. But again, their opposition, the Shine champions, are not going to go down without a fight in losers semifinals. So give it up one more time. The reintroduction of Shiny, Pika, Lily, and Crimothy. This is Cherry Limeade. We going all the way back in time for this one. Falco, Popgun, let him have it.
Does a cherry limeade smoothie actually exist? That has to be a real thing, right?
It has to be something you can request or make. It's got to be real. I mean, I don't know if you can get it at any local place, but who knows? I think you can. Yeah.
You know, these two teams, yes, they played earlier today. They are very, very familiar with each other. They are scrim partners. They do this weird kind of flirty thing with each other on Twitter with their team accounts. They've been playing in a lot of tournaments leading up to this. I think the most recent head-to-head matchup they have online is in an SOS tournament where Cherry Limeade won 2-1. Don't quote me on that. But I know there is some back and forth between these two friendly rivals, I guess we could say.
Yeah, and I mean, even at a few lanes with just some of these players playing in general, too, online tournaments alike. So, yes, again, we just saw Smoothie and how well they could do. We've seen Cherry Limeade pretty much all day today as well, and we are kind of getting into the nitty-gritty of it, going into the loser semis. Once again, starting on Rainmaker Scorch Gorge for this set. So, it's a lot at stake here. You know, it's never easy being in the losers final or losers bracket at all, knowing that when you lose your set, you're done for the day. But these players and these teams have known this pretty much throughout the entire time they've been here.
And this is not the same exact roster between these two teams when we saw them play earlier. Again, Lost being subbed out and Haya being subbed in. That is the difference between those last two sets. But we still got GG's Dan, Boopy, and Balloon leading the way. By the way, Balloon on that machine has been playing really well today. Been kind of doing all the dirty work things that don't really show up on the stat sheet. It's just, hey, we need a machine player. Balloon's like, I can do that and does it really well. They're going to need that when it comes to this Rainmaker game coming up here.
Let's get started for the loser semis. Rainmaker Scorch Gorge, Smoothie versus Cherry Limeade.
No surprises coming out from the Smoothie squad and the Cherry Limeade squad. What used to be a total surprise is now a little bit more predictable here, except no Crab coming out. We do see Krim coming with the Wiper Hammer, looking to try to make some initiation. Pika is probably going to be combining with them. In fact, we see those two players doing that very thing, going right in, trying to bully on Dan, and they both get it instantly eliminated, only taking one player down with them. Make that 3 going down for Cherry Limeade. Smoothie picking up right where they left off.
Yeah, taking advantage of this opportunity, but look where Shiny is protecting, but no, Shiny is now going to go down. This is going to be a quick dunk for Smoothie, as this push is definitely not over. Very quick pop to follow up as they are trying to extend this lead.
Yeah, and they're going to find a great opportunity to do just that. They don't really have any specials to work with, but they do have the players in the right position. Hyatt kind of sharking along that ledge. 2 more players go down, make that 3. It's just the Ink Strikes trying to get any kind of splats right here. GG Stan staying alive, trying to work around this right side. It's just Balloon left alive to try to extend the lead, and Smoothie gets to 27 remaining in the first minute. Very impressive here. However, Cherry Limeade able to get back in to get control of mid.
Yeah, I think what was really tricky for Cherry Limeade in that situation was Shiny going down, since they weren't able to get a key pick in that area. But look at this now, 3 players down once again on Cherry Limeade, as Smoothie able to take more control of mid, continuing to get some of these picks, as we do see one of the players going around trying to push up already. They are going to go down now. Boopy trying to push up with the Rainmaker as well. Haya just making sure nobody's trying to flank and drop from the side. And now on the side of Cherry Limeade, Pika and Krim trying to push forward, really pushing this Rainmaker back, making GG didn't scared and pushing it back all the way into this corner.
Rain is such an undervalued special. That was one of the things that made Smoothie a little bit spooked right there. They said they had to back up because the rain was coming in, and the rest of Cherry Limeade collapsed on top of it perfectly. Now it's just Shiny left with the Rainmaker trying to smooth. Oh, no way. What is going on here with these players smoothing around? DC. Oh, no, Smoothie. Did one of the players bang the thing? They're gone.
They're gone. And
this is going to count.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. We still have this going on right here. There's this awkward silence going on, but this game, I'm assuming, is going to count. Absolutely, Toasty stopped it. I hope that was a technical issue. It was. We're getting the nod. It was a technical issue and not somebody banging a table in frustration that would have, you can like DC yourself by doing that. It seems like that wasn't the case. But this is the awkward situation that game was kind of played out. Smoothie had a great lead, and now we're just going to start all over on that. I'm assuming. We're going to wait till we get official word from the TOs.
Yeah.
But welcome to controversy here at Low Tide City.
Yeah, because, okay, here's the thing. We thankfully haven't really seen many disconnections here at this event. But there's really, you can have technical issues that are, maybe the audio video feed that you can't get. But then you have the physical things that I will say, like, you're at fault for, which is like pounding your fist on the table.
Right.
Your switch lifts from your dock. You disconnect because we're all wired in. That's something that's on you. But when it's something that is out of your control, we're trying to make sure that it could be taken care of. But
actually, was it? Do we know if it was Balloon that DC'd? Because I know his switch has been kind of finicky on stage. Is that might be the issue? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. By the way, that is our one of the brightest tech minds that we have in the community right now, Toasty. Also, IPL TO.
Yeah.
One of my head TO basically for Proving Ground, trying to get things figured out here with Magic. As they do a bunch of handshakes and signs to try to figure out what the issue is. It seems like all the players are back in the lobby, but I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, and I at least want to take this opportunity to really thank our TOs, and we'll definitely do that later towards the end of the broadcast. But figuring out all of these technical issues, and I know we kind of have different types of audio mixers than we used to have in the past, so that's also going to create some just kind of situations that we're not really used for, but. They are getting back in, like you said, it looks like, and hopefully we'll get started pretty soon. But that was an exciting opening that we saw in that Rainmaker game. It's unfortunate we couldn't see it played out.
It's but at least it was the team that DC'd that had the massive lead.
Yeah.
I mean, not that there's like anything joyous of this kind of situation, but okay, I still they're getting back into the lobby. And I'm assuming we are staying on game one. That's going to, so we're restarting all of that.
Okay.
Going back to game one, that makes the awkward, how did you slim through 3 people to dunk the Rainmaker? Well, maybe one of them was in the middle of DC hell at that point. So.
Let's hop back in, though. Take 2 of this game 1 on Rainmaker Scorchguard, Smoothie versus Cherry Limeade.
Now, here's the question. Are we going to see the same exact opening that we saw of Cherry Limeade before? They sent Pika and Krim right off the bat together down that right side, and they both instantly got stomped out of existence, including Lily on top of that. And it looks like they are switching up their opening. So, hey, can we replay that when a scrim, you switch something out? That's exactly what they did right now. And it is working out in their favor until it's not.
But no, to your point, you don't want to open exactly the same way you started. You don't want to – it's going to be a little more predictable in that situation.
Uh-oh.
2 players down now on Smoothie. Cherry Limeade picking up the Rainmaker, has a pretty clear path to the checkpoint, but no, one of the players on Smoothie is going to be dropping down. Actually, doing a really good job staying alive, getting all the way to 74. Not quite the dunk, but we see the Tri-Slosher here still hanging out, getting some paint. We have some Soda online as well, too. And still not, this push is not over. 2 players now going to go down on Cherry Limeade, but a lot of pressure being added.
I like the position there by Pika on the Tri-Slosher, and the fact that, look, just pop that soda for yourself. Give it to you. Go in. If you get a trade, that trade works out into your favor. You're going to respond back quicker than the person that you eliminate, and they got rid of the crab. Still, only thing it resorted on the scoreboard was one of the checkpoints falling into Cherry Limeade's favor. Can Smoothie find a way to get the same thing going right now? It looks like they're in a kind of position to kind of do that. They were able to take care of Shiny, but they can't slip through all. Oh, there's only one player left alive, though.
Yeah,
it's Pika.
Dan was doing such a good job avoiding all of those
No
triple
way.
Ink strikes. But look at that pick there by Pika, getting a really nice spot there on the Rainmaker, finally being dunked by Haya. It feels like that push for Smoothie kind of lasting forever. So essentially both of these teams are tied in this situation. Cherry Limeade going to get the pop, but Smoothie's pressure is not done. Cherry Limeade going to be picking up the Rainmaker still alive. Now they're finally going to go down. A few of their players were in this 1v1 situation with Pika, the only one by the Rainmaker, going to be popping it, throwing some tactical air. Thank you for the soda chance there that we have, and keeping this push alive.
Cherry Limeade technically with the lead right now, although in reality it's probably a tie game, and we're going to see the score move up right now. Boopy able to get a nice use of that crab up top there. I didn't know if they were going to able to find the way to get the right angle. Instead, they are able to get the splat. Cherry Limeade picks up and moves it a little bit further. I don't know if they're going to find a way to get this push going even more. You see Smoothie taking the fight back into mid with Haya over here working in conjunction of Boopy, trying to force that player to jump back out, and Dan making sure none of those shenanigans are going to be going on right now, as the Rainmaker is going to be resetting its way back in the mid as we cross the halfway point.
Yeah, Haya trying to be really sneaky, trying to get a good push there, but quickly stopped down by Pika, as now in this kind of stalemate situation with Smoothie in control, having a one-player advantage, throwing a Booyah Bomb, trying to avoid moving away from this rain. Very smart decision at that point. Lily trying to push in as well, but is now being pressured. Lily going to go down as well. A really good toxic miss placement as GG Dan is still stuck in that miss, not able to push through. Look at this Shiny on the Jet Squelcher, but now is going to go down. This is going to be a really good push here for Smoothie, who's going to take the lead. All these players from Cherry Limeade coming in one by one, but unfortunately going down. So getting all the way to 38. Smoothie set themselves in a better situation, but it is not over yet for Cherry Limeade.
A minute 40 left to go. The splash, Vanilla Splash, still staying alive. That means they're going to have the crab tank ready to go on the defensive side of things. This isn't a huge mountain that Cherry Limeade has to cross. They do have to find a way to turn that corner, but they don't have to go crazy far, at least not as far as they did before the DC that happened in the previous set. So here we go, a minute 20. Rainmaker's just kind of stuck in mid here. I don't know what Cherry Limeade's plan is to break through, although they are, yeah, it's just rounding the corners is going to be the real issue right now.
Yeah, and in that situation, Shiny was just kind of going in full force with some of their players behind, but look at this push. We see Soda on, we see Lily trying to push forward. Is this going to be enough to take the lead? No, getting all the way to 40. Just one player alive, Shiny's alive, the other players are now spawning in, but look, they have the quick respawn of the Soda as they're going to be hopping back in here, but going to have to just let off of this pressure a little bit. Going to be jumping out. We are under 1 minute remaining now. Rainmaker likely going to reset sometime soon. Oh no, they're actually opting to pick it up as they're trying to push into mid. We're going to see the stamp come out too, but look at that. A nice stamp kill on the side of Smoothie there, and now this is going to be an opportunity for Smoothie to just kind of try and stay alive for these next 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be critical what Dan decides to do with this Rainmaker right now. Pika able to come in and get the splat, but Shiny jumping in to take the fight with the C-Jet. That's not the weapon you want to see pushing up with Pika to make that push happen. As we cross 15 seconds left to go here, I'm pretty sure Smoothie's not even going to let that Rainmaker get popped. They're just going to keep it nice and blue and force Cherry Limeade to feed into them. Can they find a way to break through this defense? It's Crim that slipped past everybody until the waiting arms of the Ink Strike eliminates them. Smoothie wins this one for real this time.
Oh, that was a really good move by Smoothie, just to get the barrier large enough where Cherry Limeade's really going to have to struggle, use all their specials and the resources, and then they didn't even have the lethal specials. They had a Tacticooler that wasn't really going to help pop the barrier and help you get that push. So a wonderful move, wonderful execution by Smoothie in the final moments of that game.
So Smoothie now 4-0 today. against Cherry Limeade, even with Lost in the roster, as Height in the roster as opposed to Lost before. Just changing a new piece, keep the train moving along, because now we're going to be going into Game 2, Clam Blitz at the Museum.
You know, you see on paper a 4-0. That's not what we've seen in any of these games. It's a very, very back and forth, especially that last game that we saw where it took a little bit of time for us to see just a push that really kind of sealed the deal, and Cherry Limeade coming up so close to take the lead, but not quite being able to do that. But like you said, now Clam Blitz, we know what Cherry Limeade is capable of with some of these push clams.
That was, Boopie's throw right there was still really dumb. I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened. But the thing about Smoothie, when they get into these deficits, they find ways to break back out of them and find ways to get the lead. Actually, they're 4-0 on stream, period, since you and I have been commentating. They haven't been losing at all. What in the world is that? Is that a slosher deco? Is that tournament legal?
We're going to see a Zipcaster come out there from Pika with the slosher deco. You know, we did see it earlier today from a few of the players that have been on stream, but like you mentioned, clearly it's not very conventional weapon for Zipcaster. Typically we see the Stamper who is going to have that. But, you know, hey, I am all for this. I'm all for this pop gun.
I forget that the line marker is even a thing in this game, but that is the sub-weapon on the kit of the Slosher Deco. Ooh. We'll see if that makes a play over the course of the set as the player jumps out. Oh, how did no way! That was no nonsense. No, we're not giving credit to that. That was no way that was calculated. I don't accept that, Krim.
I think Crim will accept it, though. They're going to be happy about that push. As of right now, Smoothie has a player advantage. One is going to go down. Now it's just going to be one alive from Cherry Limeade. Going to be jumping out. This will give Smoothie some more map control. Really no clams on the side of either team at this point, but slow and steady. That's how you play claim, but to trying to get the lane. They're really trying to push up and get some of these claims that are up here on the side of Cherry Limeade's plat. But Cherry Limeade now forming a power clam, going to be throwing it upward, maybe in a situation where you don't want to use it right now, or just going to have somebody else pick it up a little bit later. Yeah, they are going to be picking it up right now. It's going to be Shiny who's the one who picks it up, and we're going to see a Stamper versus Wiper action that's really, now using the Zipcaster, trying to push forward and getting them. And it looks like they're going to be going for the person with the power claim, but not quite able to push up in the moment, and going to have to go back.
This is really bizarre. Smoothie's on the offensive end, but they have 6 clams. Like, what is going on here? Finally, they get some splats, and they play passing the clams right together. I think it's Boopie that's got the 7 clams. Finally, they find a way to pop the basket. I guess it was just, we'll just go there and eventually somebody's going to make a power clam. But this has been a really long push that Smoothie is just now finally able to capitalize off of.
Yeah, it did take them a little bit of time. And you're right. I think they played the game of, okay, we're just going to apply pressure. Eventually, somebody's going to get a power claim and we will score. And that's exactly what happened, getting only to 68 in that situation. Now, a few players are going to go down on Cherry Limeade once again as Smoothie still applying this pressure, kind of playing the same game they did before. Power cam is formed and thrown. We'll see if there's a more convincing follow-up in this situation, getting down to 52. 2 players down now on Smoothie. And, unfortunately, Shiny has not had any opportunity to really move from where they have been in this entire match, and Smoothie is thriving on that situation.
Yeah, it's just been turtling, trying to withstand the onslaught of Smoothie. And now Cherry Limeade, when you think they're going to finally find a way to get into mid and get something going offensively, Smoothie comes right back and they're popping the basket yet again.
Yeah, and I mean, they're not done with this push. And we actually saw 2 power claims plus the pity claim on the side of Cherry Limeade that were formed just by trying to stay alive and gather all the claims. Smoothie making a really good push and getting the players down at the same time. Pika trying to get a little bit of flank, takes 1 player down, takes 2 player down, but Boopie here able to score here on the right side. Dan's still alive too. Dan is now going to be a wipeout, getting all the way to 6. So all these kind of small, really convincing pushes on the side of Smoothie, it's adding up, and it's going to make this a very tough uphill battle for Cherry Limeade.
Cherry, if they get some splats right here without getting any trades, they can come back. Oh, I don't know why you're kind of going in there just to pop the basket, but they're able to get some splats on top of it. That's more important. But 2 players do go down for the side of Cherry Limeade. Yeah, I was wondering why they were just kind of running in just to force the basket open. You're down such a huge deficit. Ooh. Maybe they're thinking they can get just a couple of points in. But that nice little double right there does open the door for Cherry Limeade to at least control mid, and there's still a lot of time left on the clock, Falco.
Yeah, there's a lot of time, and they do have a lot of claims too at this moment. 12 in their possession as well. Going to be very easy to form a power claim, but we're going to see another stamp throw on the side of Crim. Pika pushed up very close. Strikes coming out too. 2 players down on both sides. Shiny's going to go up. Shiny's going to score. Will we see Lily in a situation where they can score some claims as well? No, they are going to go down. So right now, it looks like it's going to be an empty push here for Cherry Limeade as they're trying to keep up this pressure, but Smoothie knows what is at stake.
Death by paper cuts, and most importantly, Cherry Limeade was, at least for the time being, able to hold on and control the mid. Now that they got to jump back out, I think we're just going to go back to where this map started off of, which was just a Smoothie party in the Cherry Limeade base. Unless they can find a way to get some splats, build up some specials. They're running out of time right now, though. And Smoothie, here comes the question for them. Do you want to pop the basket knowing that you have to do a lot to even add anything to your lead, knowing you'll also just give another Mercy Clam for Cherry Limeade to work with? But with 2 players going down on each side, a lot of time is just being bled off the clock. And honestly, does Cherry Limeade even have a power clamp? They do. They do have 1 Mercy to work with, so we will go to overtime. And they're starting to win some of these fights right now. I just don't know if there's enough time for them to get this long push that they need to pop off to get the lead.
No, it's going to be very difficult for them. We see, they're in possession of 2 power claims at this moment, but look, 2 players alive as well. And with all these specials coming out, it's going to be very tricky for Cherry Limeade. Just not able to get all of their players in a situation where they were able to score. Smoothie winning that one. A good fight for Cherry Limeade. But like you said in that match, just kind of the death by paper cuts, the small pushes, the power claim, plus a little bit of follow-up. You do that 3 or 4 times, and you're keeping control of mid the entire time you do that, too. So it makes it very, very hard when you're the other team who has to make a push.
You know, there's no play in the playbook for when you're down by 94 points. You just kind of got to... And especially when you're Cherry Limeade and you haven't had that many opportunities to get the basket popped. Maybe you just got to go for it and see if something can happen there. But I was wondering if they're going to be a little bit more patient. Maybe we get a few splats first before we kind of rush in and try to force something that just isn't there. Regardless, Cherry Limeade now down 0-2. Smoothie has won 5 straight games against them. We're going to splat zones at Umami Ruins to try to find a way for Cherry Limeade to get back into the set. We know how Cherry Limeade rolls. We know the momentum they work with. It just takes 1 win, and then they get the hype train going, and then there's a party on the stage, and then before you know it, it just steamrolls from there. Smoothie knows that. They want to put this one away right now.
Yeah, and especially now that Cherry Limeade is at set point. This could be their last game for this tournament, but I know they're hoping it's not. Let's get started for this 3rd game, Splat Zones Umani, and take a look at these loadouts.
That is a machine. Yeah, no, surprise. Hey, wait a minute. Hiya, what is that? That is a vanilla splatter shot, not the Stamper anymore. Hiya going back to their roots. And no real surprises coming out from the side of Cherry Limeade. It just comes to a question, though. Can they get Shiny set up on that mid area where we see Pika right now to where they can kind of dominate Smoothie and keep them at bay? And right now, Smoothie says, nah, we're taking the fight right to you guys, and we're going to be the first team to get control of it. Well, at least one side of the zone. Lily's being very pesky on the backside there.
Yeah, Lily able to stay alive, get a few picks, and use her specials to try and push up. But Smoothie finally going to be able to cap with having a 2-player advantage at that time. And like you said, this is exactly where they wanted, or you're mentioning on the side of Cherry Limeade, but this is where Smoothie wants to be too. Getting Hiya, being able to be pushed up and getting some of these key picks, especially by the Tacticooler, taking down the Stamp, but not before Cherry Limeade trying to throw in some rage.
How did both of you fall off
They
the map
both
like
fell.
that? What in the world?
I think when you're just in a 1v1 scenario, your focus is just splatting that player. You don't care where you land. You're like, if I'm going down, you're going down with me.
What the hell was that?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. And while we're saying this, we have so many like 1v1 movements going on the stage, just catching us a little off guard. But Smoothie's still able to hold on. Cherry Limeade able to cap it just a little bit, but giving Smoothie about 29 penalty points. A lot of the map control still on the side of Smoothie, as maybe some of these shenanigans are trying to cooling down just a little bit.
Yeah, now that Looney Tunes skit has come to an end, we can go back to playing actual Splatoon right now. Smoothie able to burn through all of their penalty points. Cherry Limeade needs to find a way to focus on one of the zones to at least stall. It looks like they're doing just that. Here comes a hammer on the backside, canceled yet again. That's like the 5th time Balloon has canceled a hammer on stream so far today.
Yeah, such a good job, because that would have been, they would have been splatted if they weren't able to get that to cancel. And now 2 players down once again on the side of Cherry Limeade as Smoothie trying to really just touch up on the zone, but like Lily's making it very difficult with the amount of paint that they can push out. Boopy now using the crab, trying to push back. We see Lily actually on the right side trying to find an opportunity to push in as well, but going to be wisely pushing back to the other side. Strikes coming out from the side of Smoothie as Cherry Limeade's having such a hard time trying to find a way to break in. Smoothie on a roll, but speaking of roll, look at the stamp, getting a nice pick and a nice throw. They are going to be doing such a good job. Jaden getting a triple there for Cherry Limeade. That's a wipeout. Look at that. Krim really turning up the heat pop gun.
And listen to the crowd. That might be the jolt of life that Cherry Limeade needs to get back into this one until you run into a suction bomb right there. But still, that doesn't matter. The fact is Cherry Limeade is still in this one. Smoothie was about to run them out of the whole map. And now you got Pika starting to go right now, chasing this crab back, throwing down the soda for themselves. And all the penalty points are gone, Falco. They're kind of flirting with taking the lead right now. What a shift in momentum.
And look where Shiny is. This is exactly where you said you wanted them to be and able to make sure that the rest of Smoothie wasn't able to push in. They're in a situation where they can take the lead, throwing some strikes away from the zone, pushing them, getting the lockout, and now taking the lead. So this is Cherry Limeade's game to lose, but look at these specials coming in from the side of Smoothie, trying to apply some pressure. Cherry Limeade, one of their members going to go down. We see the Stamp come out. Stamp is going to go down. 2 players down on both teams as Cherry Limeade's trying to back up, trying to corner and pinch some of these players. Are they going to be able to do it and hold on to the zone? Cherry Limeade able to hold on. Just about 11 units remaining, Pop Gun. This is where they need to cap.
And can they find a way to just stall out one zone right here? As 2 more players going down. The Cherry Limeade holds on. It's just Boopy's crab tank, and it's not going to be enough. And Cherry Limeade holds serve. We are going to a game 4 when it seemed like we were not even going to be close to that.
No, especially based on that second game where that Clan Blitz match, Smoothie just really dominated kind of the long game here. But we talked about turning up the heat. That's exactly what Cherry Limeade did in that situation. This gave us life again here for a lot of these players, a lot of these teams, a lot of these spectators. Smoothie was 5-0 against them, but getting their first game loss, we have a reverse sweep in the making.
It feels like the whole building just exploded, and that was just one game. One game that Cherry Limeade was able to win. Give credit to Krim right there. That triple that they got seemingly out of nowhere was the spark plug, and you saw the rest of Cherry Limeade feed off of that. You saw Pika go in and take the fight directly to them. We didn't see it, but Pika was basically doing a 1v4 while Cherry Limeade was getting the lead onto the zone. So none of the players from Smoothie could break through to get back in to even stop the lead from happening right there. One player just makes an explosion and the rest of the players feed off of it. And that's what Smoothie's probably worried about right now. Now, to their credit, Smoothie used a little bit of an off comp from what they've been using up to this point. I bet you it has something to do with the fact that that was Umami Ruins. So now that we're going back to tower control at Hagglefish, a little bit more classical map, that's a good sign for Smoothie, but still, momentum clearly has been lost.
It has been, and obviously they know that too. They're able to kind of rebound and get some good pushes at this point. Woo. But let's go to game 4 here, and we'll see if Smoothie can push it away or if Cherry Limeade is going to hang on.
There's Haya going back to that stamper, and Krim coming out with the 96 deco. So we're going to see some Kraken shenanigans. I found if you use Kraken across mid right here, the only thing you can really do is dump out to the sides, and I bet you that is where the rest of Cherry Limeade is going to be setting up. Oh, actually one player instantly goes down before the Kraken even comes out.
Yeah, taking down Krim there on the right side. 2 players now going to go down on the side of Cherry Limeade, 1 down on Smoothie. Smoothie going to be taking the tower momentarily just to get the ball rolling, and they really need to stay on this tower as they had the pretty hefty player advantage approaching this first checkpoint, trying to keep applying the pressure and pushing up. We're going to see the miss come out on the side of Cherry Limeade, and this tower's going to be at the checkpoint. It's going to be hard for Cherry Limeade to find an opportunity to break in, but here comes the Kraken we're talking about. Getting Balloon now going up to the tower, trying to get Dan. Are they going to be able to take Dan down? No, they're not. So just 1 pick at that point. But hey, getting to 54 if you're Smoothie in that situation is going to be something you're happy about.
Yeah, that 1 pick is the only thing that you needed if you were Cherry Limeade, because it at least stalled the tower from doing further, getting any more damage done. So mission accomplished with that Kraken, and only a minute has gone by. It seems like That was a very long minute. A lot of fireworks going off there as we see Smoothie trying to survive some of these ink strikes right here. Pika taking themselves on the right side, able to win the splat against Balloon and throwing their soda, not for themselves, but for their team. Oh, did they throw it in front of the tower?
They did.
Oh,
Everybody
no. It was a premature soda. It doesn't count.
Yeah. And so then that's going to be a wipeout, too, for Smoothie. So this is going to be where they want to just take mid, push up. They're going to get Haya in a situation where they're able to just, like, camp some of these ledges and get some key picks and trying to extend this lead that they got to early on, 54. We're going to see the Zipcaster come out from Haya, trying to get some picks. No, I thought that was going to be a pick on Pika, but no, Pika's going to survive there. Pika now going to go down to Boopy on being the crab 2-on-2 situation right now. Smoothie able to get a little more of a push, but not quite the one that they wanted at that point, but still able to hold on to mid and getting some map control.
Yeah, and that's the key for Smoothie right now. Just hold that map control, but you know for Cherry Limeade, you need to get that Kraken up and running. That is what the catalyst that gets all your pushes going up to this point. Haya using that Zipcaster yet again, trying to take care of Krim before they can even get the Kraken off. That is a fair trade that's going to work into Smoothie's favor. On top of these ink strikes, it's just Shiny that's the last player left alive as they approach the second checkpoint.
Yeah, and that's going to be a really tricky situation, especially with this Booyah who's pushed up pretty far, making sure nobody can drop in on that left side. As this tower now approaching the third checkpoint, seemingly uncontested. We're going to see more missiles and some strikes coming to the tower. Dan going to be hopping back. Pika trying to take advantage of the being hidden inside of the strikes, but still alive. So trying to find an opportunity where they can get some picks on the ledge. They are able to get one, but Smoothie still able to just push up and keep up this pressure. Kraken going to be coming out once again from Cherry Limeade, but no, it's not gonna get any picks quite yet, but finally gonna go down, and this is all hands on deck if you're Cherry Limeade.
Sometimes you just throw something at the Kraken because your instincts will tell you, oh, this will stop it. No, nothing can slow down that sucker.
Oh.
But the crab can slow down Pika at this point, getting a very nice strike off of them as the push continues. I don't know if Smoothie can add to their lead right here. It doesn't really matter at this point. The point is they're bleeding a lot of time off of the clock. Cherry Limeade still down 2.5 checkpoints, and they can't even get the tower out of their own side of the map right now because Smoothie won't let them.
Yeah, and it's like we said, it's just all about applying that pressure, making sure Cherry Limeade doesn't have the real estate where they can get a really good flank or build their specials. You know, obviously pushing the objective is going to help them, and it seems to be working in their favor as they continue to have a player advantage. It's one of their players is finally going to go down, but this tower's now approaching that third and final checkpoint once again, and it seems like Cherry Limeade just hasn't had all four of their players online at any moment in this match. Still on the tower, Haya really doing a good job staying alive, having a little bit of fun there as they will be rolling in to the losers finals, winning against Cherry Limeade 3-1.
And they will move on, as you said, to losers finals. And of course, we said a friendly rivalry, both teams hugging it out on the stage. You'll love to see it right there, even after the little squid bag at the end. Yeah, a bit of a celebratory squid bag, and well deserved.
Well, yeah, and like, you know, at this point too, we know nothing is I'll say in bad taste of what you should do in front of your opponents. You know, they all kind of know the situation and like to have fun. And I mean, you can see them on stage now. Everyone giving each other hugs. You mentioned that they're scrim partners, a very well fought out rivalry from these two
and
teams.
This isn't the last time these two teams are going to
Not
see
at all,
each other.
no.
Probably not at LAN either, because we've been seeing Smoothie start to travel a little bit now. But yeah, you're going to be seeing these teams play quite often. Two teams that have been around. Cherry Limeade's been around a long time now. Smoothie starting to hit, they might be close to their century mark as well. I know they became an official team after last Low Tide City, so good to see these teams move on. Cherry Limeade, their run ends here, but still a fantastic run throughout the entire tournament for them. But we're now down to the top three. Smoothie officially has made the podium 2 years in a row. Well, most of the players, they were on Blush last time, not officially Smoothie. They now have to go up against Sonder to see who gets the right to challenge Starburst.
Yeah, and Saunders had some really incredible games, really enjoyable to watch. And you know, these are one of those teams that they've been waiting a while to play. They've been just kind of waiting around. You know, you're playing in losers finals. You're going to get some pizza. You're going to do whatever to at least refuel you up. But then it's like, okay, mindset. We have to still play. the tournament's not over for us.
And this is going to be counter picks going out from here on out. So there's probably some watching the sets that they just see and saying, okay, what maps can we look at? Maybe they have something cooked up for Umami Ruins and say, hey, let's pick that if we were to lose the Smoothie right off the bat, to at least force them to change the comp that they are comfortable using to something completely different.